The labor productivity report is a report. It's powerful because it's a great loss prevention report too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Altoona, and I want to drill down to hours because I want to see the deployment of the labor through the day. And what we find is that so when I look at this, I can see, there's my, from 10 to 11, we had $57 in sales. We had one guest, one check, and then we had, but this 11.4 hours, that means there was actually 12 people on the clock. Then there were 16 people on the clock with 234 sales. So it does this throughout the day. And typically what I find, and this is something that, you need to check between 2 and 4 and 2 and 5. A lot of times what I find is that the labor is not cut soon enough after lunch. In this case, it may, we're at 19% labor for that one particular. So we may have had too much labor on it, wasn't being cut. And, whether it be $10 a day or like the fine dine that I did this work with in New York, they are $50 a day or $350 for the week or $15,000 for the year, just on a simple change, just by cutting your labor just a little, watching that labor during that critical time, that means a lot. So that's the labor productivity report. Another great report is we have our productivity report. So if we want to find out which server actually is doing the best job for us. So if I want to look across the board, for all 3 stores, again, remember when you use the center date selector, it's for all stores. So I'm going to change my criteria form, and I'm going to group it by, and I want to group it by employee. So I can go like this. And so when I group it by the employee and click set, then what I have is I have all the employees, and I can find out that, here's their sales, the number of guests, number of checks. But this is the number I'm really interested in, the guest average. When they're selling to the guest, who has the best average? So I can see as a company we're 3124 is our average. But if I click on this down arrow and click descending, I can find out that Garcia in the $494 sales had a $41 average, and then Otten $1,400 in sales. So these are your better employees because they're better than the average. And the employees down here at the bottom, typically, here's an employee that did $11.99. They, $7 less, and if we looked at number of guests, that's another, they could add another $350 in sales. So this is another area where, we can look at this and tell the owner, if we can get these people to do a little bit better, sell better, and have them maybe shadow with somebody at the top, it'll improve sales and obviously improve profitability.